And here we have a specimen from the early 2000s, a legacy investing platform. Please don't touch the exhibit, folks. It could crash.
Ready to step out of the financial history museum? At public.com, you can invest in almost everything. Stocks, bonds, options, and more. You could even put your cash to work at an industry-leading 4.1% APY. Leave your clunky, outdated platform behind. Go to public.com and fund your account in 5 minutes or less. Paid for by Public Investing Inc., member FINRA and SIPC. Full disclosures at public.com/disclosures.
Lay down. Kelly.
It's Later with Mo Kelly. We're live everywhere in the iHeartRadio app and YouTube. It's nice to be back to our somewhat regular show, despite all this breaking news. I was just talking about some of it with our next guest, our regular commentator, Marsha Collier. How are you tonight, Marsha?
So glad to be talking about something that's not what's been going on for the past week, because it's really been a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot to take in your head, and it makes people depressed and makes people scared. There's a life we can live, not just with tech, but entertainment that will make us happy. And listening to your show, Mo, can do that for a lot of people.
You're way too kind, but there is a technological intersection because we get inundated and I would think overwhelmed at times. I know I do, because with technology, we're bombarded with news. And we have notifications, and every time we turn around, it's another notification for something which is going on in the news. It's very difficult to emotionally separate from everything else that's going on.
Well, I found the ideal last-minute Father's Day gift that you can get on Amazon, delivered tomorrow, or I assume on Saturday. See, just looked it up. It's a huge comic book lot. 25 Marvel, DC, Indie, Superman, Batman, X-Men, no duplicates.
Now your nerd is coming out.
For $23.95, and if you're Prime, it's delivered free. It's got a 4.3 or 5, could be, I can't read it. But that for $23.95, you give Dad a stack of comic books, you're not going to see him for a few days.
Now, you know who would really probably appreciate that is Tuwala.
He already did.
Okay. Oh, he already bought it?
I
knew that's what I was thinking too. He said, I'll get this for me for Father's Day. Give it to myself.
And yet my husband said, not for me. But I have my stack of comic books at home. We should have comic book day here.
You know, I actually like that, if only because during the tech segment, there's something to be said for going analog, you know, going sub-digital at times and enjoying the tactile experience.
Well, actually, I got into it because I went there's at the Skirball Museum up near where the Getty is by the 405. They're having an exhibit of Jack Kirby, X-Men. I mean, everybody, right? Mm-hmm. And the artwork that he did for the comic books. And it's just beautiful. They also have the costumes from the different movies. It's a great exhibit.
I have to look that up.
Yeah, it's worth going to.
What else do you want to talk about this evening?
Well, do I want to talk about? Well, there's the fun stuff. And I think I'll save the fun stuff. So I'll give you
Get the heavy stuff out of the way.
Get the heavy stuff out of the way. We all have Google accounts. Now, whether you're Apple or Android, you've probably got Gmail. Okay, I don't have Gmail. You go to YouTube, right? Yes, I do. Okay, so when you go to YouTube, you have an account, and it's got your email address on it. It has a record of every video you've ever seen, which you can use for reference. You can make favorites lists and all that. But Google is all over the internet. You don't want your Google account hacked. This is one of the things that would be, right, Mo, if someone took over your Google account?
It's far more invasive than knowing your social security number.
Exactly. So, first of all, I'm going to hope everyone has put together the two-factor authentication. Have you, Mo?
I have, long time ago. Okay. In other words, you can't, even if you knew my password, if you tried to log in on some other device, you're not going to get past it because I have to approve it on my phone.
Yeah, and in case you haven't done it, had to bring out my glasses because this is official. You go click up in the upper right-hand corner. There's your picture or your initial. Go there and then go to manage my Google account. Then you go, there's a menu that goes across the top, go to security. After that, on the security page, you say, start two-step authentication. Click that, take you to another page, and it turns it on. That's it. And what happens is when you go to the account, and I'm sure you've faced this before, probably with your bank, you'll get a text with a code that you have to type in. Now, there is another option. I'm not going to go into the highly technical ones because nobody I know is going to be carrying around a little gizmo to plug into their phone. You, Mom? No?
I am.
You are. You carry a YubiKey?
I do on occasion, yeah.
Good for you.
Yes, and that's because of you. Because we've talked about it enough times.
Yeah, I did. I just know I'd lose it. I'd lose everything. But bottom line, if you trust the fingerprint sensor on your device, I have plenty of devices where the fingerprint sensor is a bit sketchy, but you can make it biometric. And by making it biometric, you just use your fingerprint on the fingerprint button, whether it's on the back or the front of the phone or on the side, wherever. And that is your automatic two-factor authentication. So you got to put that together. So once you've got that, there are a couple of other things you can do real quick to... Have you ever checked to see how many devices are in your account?
Yes. How many are logged in or when it was last used, the location, IP address. I do that, like, for example, because I'll use my Google profile at home.
Right.
I'll use it at work. It presumably in a shared workstation. Maybe I forgot to log out or something.
Right.
So I always want to make sure I know how many locations have logged into my account and whether I recognize them.
And the best part about it is you just go to the same security section and you click on third-party apps and services from your connections. You will see if there's something you don't recognize, I would recommend that you log out of everything that you see there. That would be all your devices, all your computers, all your everything, and re-log in again with a new password.
Right. And with your two-factor authentication,
right,
you are now guarded going forward.
Exactly. And it sounds like a lot of hassle, but it really isn't. It doesn't take any time at all. It's click, 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 click. So if there's a connection to your account that you don't recognize, get rid of it. And like I said, log out of everything and log back in again with a new password. Also, if you're on a public network, like in an airport or something like that, use a VPN. Never use the Wi-Fi. It's too easily intercepted. I
don't. I always use my data when I'm in an airport. I just refuse, if only because that reason, because the airport Wi-Fi is usually not even password protected.
Exactly. Well, the worst thing you can also do is people plug in their cables to charge in an airport, free charge here. It is so easy for someone to hack those and make it so it'll download a file to your phone, your tablet.
You're talking about like the USB ports, not the AC ports.
Oh, yeah. Well, a lot of people now are charging on the USB ports.
Yeah, I don't do that for that reason. I'll charge, like if you're sitting in the chair, the charger right on your seat, the AC, I'll plug it in there.
Right. Because, okay, that makes sense. But yeah, it's just, there's too many ways people can get into your phone. Mm-hmm. And again, your Gmail account is everywhere. Don't click links from unknown senders. You know all the rest of them. And if you do use a password, 1234 is not a good one.
Don't give up my password.
Or is 4321. And I know that they ask you to make it longer. Make it a word. Make it a song name.
Like password 1234.
Just like that. Only put a capital S in the middle.
Yeah, maybe an ampersand at the end.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's perfectly safe.
Did I give up too information? Yeah, too much.
No, I think really think about those passwords. And because I have so many, I think of song titles or song lyrics.
It's Later with Mo Kelly. Marsha, Collier joins us in studio on this Tech Thursday. We'll have more in just a moment. KFI AM 640 and YouTube. We're live everywhere in the iHeart.
And here we have a specimen from the early 2000s, a legacy investing platform. Please don't touch the exhibit, folks. It could crash.
Ready to step out of the financial history museum? At public.com, you can invest in almost everything. Stocks, bonds, options, and more. You could even put your cash to work at an industry-leading 4.1% APY. Leave your clunky, outdated platform behind. Go to public.com and fund your account in 5 minutes or less. Paid for by Public Investing Inc., member FINRA and SIPC. Full disclosures at public.com/disclosures.
Radio app.
You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
KFI AM 640 on YouTube. It's Mr. Mo Kelly. Later with Mo Kelly. We're live everywhere in the iHeartRadio app. Let's continue Tech Thursday with our regular commentator, Marsha Collier. We did a little Google last segment. Let's do a little bit of Apple and iOS.
Well, we have to give our Apple friends a little something. So Apple WWDC 2025 happened this week, and a lot was announced. Kind of. Gorgeous new design called liquid glass. Now, I looked at a lot of pictures of it. I don't get it. You know, it's called liquid glass, brings a return to a more pervasive translucency for the OS systems. The same aesthetic that informs the software for its Vision Pro VR AR. Okay, whatever. It's a thing, and it has to do with the screen.
But the Vision Pro wasn't a rousing success, was it?
No. Well, it says it gives a more lens-like appearance to the phone. I'm fine with my phone. Now, an interesting thing. My husband's on Apple, and he's on iOS 18.5, which, kind of like Android, our OS numbers make 0 sense.
Wait a minute. So that means that when you guys text each other, you're incompatible.
No, not really.
With the RCS?
No, the RCS works.
It does work now. You don't have like the green bubble popping up.
I don't know, honey. You have a green bubble?
So in other words, it doesn't appear differently on your phone, because customarily when you, like if I were to send a video, for example, to an iOS person, it usually comes in either way, coming or going, pixelated, not at the same resolution.
Not anymore.
Oh, thank you, Jesus.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yes.
now, no problem at all. It does go through, but they have to be short. But the naming is a smart thing that Apple did. And, you know, I'm proud of you, Apple. You did something really good. Your new naming has the year for the operating system. Like it would be iOS 25 this year. And next year, iOS 26. No, I'm making fun, but I really do think that's great, because then you actually know what you're doing.
Well, I know Android, they've kind of moved away. Everything was named after some sort of dessert. And
they ran out of letters.
Well, yeah, I mean, now we're at Android 16, and it's informally known as baklava. I like Android 16 better. But it was cute when it started because, you know, they had ice cream and all kinds of stuff. It was fun.
And when you went to Google headquarters, they always have a big statue of the little Android guy. And I love that little Android guy. They're not using it enough. They modernized it, and they kind of like greenwashed him.
Yeah, it was kind of too close to R2-D2, I think. Maybe they had some IP issues with that.
Yeah. Maybe. Okay, and messages in Apple get a customized background. Now, we just have a couple minutes left, and I got to show you this really cool thing. You know I love startups, and I love seeing first stage startups. Not the kind that you're going to invest in, the kind who have a creative idea. So, came up with this. See this plate? You can use it 20 times. Why can you use it 20 times? It's waterproof. It's plant-based. And you can do it. You can pull that 20 times on each plate.
That'd be especially cool for like outdoor use in the summer.
And emergencies and picnics.
Camping.
Think of all the different, look at that. See, is so cool.
So you don't have to wash any dishes. No.
No. You've taken that off. You eat the food on here.
And he just, instead of washing, just strip it away.
Strip it away. Yes. See, that was a big
light bulb.
I love the double realization.
We love you, Carnisha. We're not laughing at you. We promise.
We're laughing with you. Okay, a 10-pack of these I bought a 5-pack. It's $14.99. And at 20 servings per plate. You know how long that's going to last you?
But also, more importantly, it's a space saver.
Not only that, it's good for the environment. These are fully plant-based, heat-resistant.
So I can eat it and not have to worry about eating meat.
Microwavable, waterproof.
Oh, it is microwavable.
Yes, it is. It's non-stick. It's grease-proof. It's slice-resistant.
Have you tried it with, let's say, a messy dish to see how long
Canned
before it?
cat food.
Okay, so it doesn't like turn runny and flimsy automatically.
No.
Oh, I was just saying, does it seep through?
No.
Okay.
No, it doesn't. And then you just, whatever's left, bye-bye.
Yeah, see, that was my only concern. Like, let's say if I ate spaghetti, is the marinara just going to seep through and just ruin the whole stack of 20?
No, it won't. And so there are 15 on top, and then there are 5 on the bottom, so that the stiff part is kind of in the middle. I think it's a really great idea because, you know, you look at things that you throw away and the water you waste in the dishwasher and the whole thing. If you're casual, a college student, what do you need plates for?
No. I'm still that person. If I can get around, like in our house, we use mostly disposable cups. We're not trying to do dishes. We have plasticware.
Right.
I mean, yes, we have silverware and everything, but it's easier to one use and throw away as opposed to wasting all that dishwater trying to wash dishes each and every night.
Exactly. And you get this, Mo, almost a month's worth off of one plate.
And where can we get that, Marsha Collier?
You go to Peelware, PeelWare.com.
Peelware.com. Peelware.com.
Yeah, it's called Peel Plate.
And if you're watching us on YouTube, you can see this up close at Mr. Mo Kelly. So make sure you like and subscribe. You get to see these items, not just hear about them.
But I think for the environment, for everything, like Mo said, who wants to wash dishes?
Not me.
This is perfect. And I am sure as time goes on, it'll get it. And there's no PFAs or BPA if you care about such things.
You always bring cool stuff.
My
Marsha
tip of
Collier.
the week, that and the comic books, I just think.
I wish people could have seen Twala was in here getting his phone updated, trying to make sure he had his 2-factor authentication. I mean, he's like, wait a minute, we got Marsha Collier here. Let me get my phone right while she's here. And she walked him through it. She was very nice about doing it. That's why we appreciate you, because you're relatable, you're accessible.
Well, I'm not always that fast on the emails. I started spring cleaning at home, so there's that.
Well, it's okay. It's summer, so you know you're not late or anything.
No, it'll finish next spring.
Right. You got a head start on 26.
And so much eBay merchandise to sell. Oh, my goodness, I'm so busy.
We love you for it. Always great to see you. See you again next week.
Find me on Amazon or on eBay, Marsha_C.
And that's Marsha.
Thank you, sir.
It's Later with Mo Kelly, KFI AM 640. We're live everywhere, the iHeartRadio app and YouTube at Mr. Mo Kelly.
You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
KFI AM 640 in YouTube. It's Later with Mo Kelly, live everywhere in the iHeartRadio app. And just want to let you know we are still following the stories going on in the world. We're following what's going on in the Middle East with the preemptive strike by Israel on Iran today. We're following, there were reports of protesters amassing in San Pedro earlier this evening. And there's an expanded law enforcement response there. We're following that story and everything else which is going on in the world today. But there is something else that we should talk about as far as the advancements in technology. We often make reference to Boston Dynamics. They are probably the preeminent private robotics manufacturer in the world. And when I say that they have created a robot which can parkour, which can break dance, and do somersaults, I mean exactly that. Daniel, roll the video. This is why you got to go to the YouTube show so you can see exactly what I mean. I can narrate it, but you got to see it. This is not AI. This is an actual robot which can do somersaults, cartwheels, push-ups, and breakdancing. And I'm not talking about breakdancing minor moves, but actual high dexterity movements. And if this is what the robots can do without AI, so that's a straight up breakdancing move.
That's even better than that ray gun breakdancer
Right.
from
I was
Australia.
gonna say, someone, whoever's good at Photoshop, needs to put a video of you dancing next to that.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
No, we need that.
Like Carnation said, don't do that. Don't do that. But let's be serious for a second. When you integrate AI with that physical dexterity capability of a robot and turn it into an autonomous machine, we're not that far away from, we joke about it, but we're not that far away from the Terminator. At that point, you put a weapon in his hand and, you know, it's kind of like and now relating it to movies, we're about, hey, Mark, it's the Tony Stark drones that they use. I think it was in Iron Man 3. We're about there.
Okay, yeah, I get the three mixed up, but
This
is no good one way or the other. We don't need or want this.
I don't know. I don't know if we don't need it. Or I know we don't need it. I say we don't want it. I know the military applications are endless, and I know the military would want it. As far as personal use, I don't know about all the uses. I mean, I guess you could have an in-home assistant on some level.
What do you think the worst thing is that this could be used for?
Commit murders.
It's going to be used for that, and it probably already has been.
No, I'm sure. Look, because you would have a built-in alibi because you don't have to be somewhere for this thing. It's like an untraceable gun. It's like a ghost gun in that regard. You could, on a black market, you know how I say I'm not a criminal, but I would think like one. I could see how someone would get one of these and have it go kill someone and not tie back to you, not be traceable back to you. Again, we're showing you the video right now on YouTube at Mr. Mo Kelly. And if you look at the capabilities of the robot, it doesn't have a hand. It has, you know, like pads so it can do certain things. But once you fit it with some sort of lethal weapon, yeah, it's going to be carrying out hits at this point. I'm being very serious.
Buzzsaws on the hands.
Whatever you want. I mean, it doesn't have to be a gun which is shooting projectiles. It could be a more conventional weapon like a machete or something. Because if you have that type of dexterity, yes, it can wield just about whatever weapon. And I could be home in California, and that could be somewhere in Nevada, and just carry out a hit for me. And likely not traceable back to me because I'm going to put it in Stefan's name.
Yeah.
And frame him.
And then I'm the one charged.
Yes, and I would testify against you.
Look for these things to be used for security, for crowd control, all sorts of things that people don't want to get their own hands dirty with anymore. None of it good.
Hey, Twala, that's like Iron Legion in I think it was Iron Man 3, where it was the Iron Legion, they were used for like crowd control,
crowd pacification,
right? Riot monitoring, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, you were able to disperse them and put a shield of armor around the planet.
Now let's relate it to what's going on in the world right now. Can you imagine 50 or 60 of these being put out for crowd control? Yes, I could.
Yeah.
And you would limit the involvement or the risk to actual law enforcement officers. We already have robots on a very small level for like bomb disposal, or they had the integrated the robot with LAPD as far as threat assessment.
Yeah,
going into buildings. So we're there. The technology is just getting better where we can do more, but we're there for better, for worse.
I think it was this week or last week on America's Got Talent, a young lady had a grouping of those dog robots performing and doing tricks instead of the normal dog shows that they have on America's Got Talent that Simon Cowell loves so much. She brought robot dogs to do the same tricks, jumping through hoops. It was insane to look at, but I'm like, oh my God, these things are up there. And they're doing tricks.
There was a video, and I know we saw it. We talked about it to a certain degree where they had these autonomous like dog robots when no one was watching, were kind of reacting to each other on their own. And they had formed like a level of grouping where there was a leader amongst them.
Yep.
And
Did they sniff
deferred.
each other's butts? Did they?
No, they didn't sniff each other's butts,
No
but they
butt
followed the instructions of like the alpha robot. That's the only way I can describe it. I wish I had it available at this moment. But once we start talking about the integration of AI with this technology and the singularity where it no longer needs us, we always talk about, life imitating art. We're just about there. It's not Skynet, but it's damn close.
Oh God, we're all gonna die.
I mean, if the robots are breakdancing, then that means the robots can break you. If you can program them to do complicated dance moves, you could say, do something simple like, hey, snap that guy's neck.
Yeah, the dexterity is there. We're not talking about the robot from Lost in Space. Will Robinson, danger. No. It's not that. I would say we're at iRobot stage.
Yeah, the Lost in Space robot couldn't crip walk at all.
And the fact that these robots are practicing complicated movements like parkour,
Athletic.
you're not going to be able to run away from these things.
It's not like they get tired.
No, there's no running upstairs. There's no trying to trip them up because they practice with these things falling down, getting right back up. There's going to be no stopping these
Hey,
things.
Daniel, if you could find the Boston Dynamics parkour course with their robots, that would be great for our YouTube viewers in Motown and the Momigos, that they can see this. This is a robot navigating a course on its own autonomously. We have it right now.
Yep, there it is.
So if you're looking at YouTube, this is not AI. This is an actual robot navigating a parkour course, running up and down stairs, jumping from obstacle to obstacle, jumping and maintaining its balance. This is the leading edge of robotic technology that we're allowed to see. I'm quite sure that Boston Dynamics is doing things for the federal government and the DOD that we don't know about. The implications and applications are
It
endless.
straight up reminds me of Black Mirror. That's why I know you'd like that show. It's so eerily close to the stuff that happens on that show.
Well, in Black Mirror, they have the dog robots with guns attached, machine guns.
Exactly.
And if you watch this real bad show called War of the Worlds, I think it was on Epix. They had the Boston Dynamics dog robots that were running around killing people.
I hope this footage is saved for whatever civilization finds our remains.
Oh, no. They're destroying everything. Maybe we'll have some caves that are already dug out to preserve just some remnants and relics of human life, but we're definitely destroying
For
ourselves.
the rich people.
Yeah, no, we're not getting in. I'm not. Look, please. Please. Haven't you seen Paradise? We're not getting in.
Hey, could they use these robots to clear out Costco at closing time?
I imagine that they could.
Thank you.
That's a callback. Before we go to break, just got to remind you, Disney Resort's 70th celebration ticket giveaways coming up. I'm talking about a 4-pack of one-day, one-park tickets to Disneyland Park or Disney California Adventure Park. We're going to do this maybe tomorrow, possibly tomorrow. You got to keep on listening. It's the Disneyland Resort's 70th celebration, and it's not a celebration without you. With all the sights and laughter and fun, everybody's excited. KFI AM 640 wants to give you a chance to win a family 4-pack of one-day, one-park tickets to Disneyland Park or Disney California Adventure Park, and we want you to join this limited time event. All you got to do is keep on listening to KFI and Later with Mo Kelly. Hint, 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 for your chance to celebrate with us. Offering subject to restrictions and change without notice. And when we come back, well, we have to tell you about a bear and a personal beef it had with a hiker. We'll tell you about that in just a moment. It's not funny. It's not funny, Twala.
No, because it is a beef.
No, it was personal.
It was personal.
It was personal.
It was a personal attack.
Yeah.
It was personal.
Somebody was dating somebody's.
You know what's great about your investment account with the big guys? It's actually a time machine. Log in and zoom. Welcome back to 1999. It's time for an upgrade. At public.com, you can invest in almost everything. Stocks, bonds, options, and more. You could even put your cash to work at an industry-leading 4.1% APY. Leave your clunky, outdated platform behind at public.com. Go to public.com and fund your account in 5 minutes or less. Paid for by Public Investing Inc., member FINRA and SIPC. Full disclosures at public.com/disclosures.
X or something. We'll get into it in just a moment.
You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
Later with Mo Kelly on KFI AM 640.
Live live on YouTube, Instagram, and the iHeartRadio app. It's Later with Mo Kelly. Let's talk about this seasoned hiker. That's how he's described, who died after allegedly being pushed into a ravine by a bear. I am Ron Burgundy. Christos, whose last name I cannot pronounce, a reportedly experienced hiker. Was that Daniel out there laughing?
It's the sex doctor laughing. It got him.
Oh, so wait. How is it the sex doctor's going to laugh and I don't get a rim shot? I earned the laugh. We have tangible evidence. Oh, my goodness. Anyhow, Christos, whose last name I cannot pronounce, reportedly an experienced hiker, was in an area of northern Greece with his friend Demetrius, whose last name I also cannot pronounce, another hiking veteran. So we have two hiking veterans. Mm-hmm. And then they encountered a bear a few meters away, as far as one of the hikers tells the story. And allegedly it began to attack. This is Christos, I believe. Oh, no, this is Demetrius. Quote, I didn't have time to react. That's the truth. My dog got in the way and gave me 2 to 3 seconds to get the pepper spray out. I sprayed the bear. She ran away, went to Christos, the other hiker who was on the edge of the cliff. She, as in the bear, gave Christos a push and he fell down 2,600 feet to his death.
I call BS.
I'm right here with you. I mean, look, okay, you're saying that a bear attacked, but didn't get to you thanks to the dog which intervened. The bear, according to the story, did not harm the dog.
A dog that only intervened on your behalf,
right?
Not your friend who, for some reason or other, this experienced hiker went to go stand by the edge of the cliff to get away from the bear.
Who stands by the edge of a cliff?
That was going to be my question. Why were you there?
Wait, it gets deeper now. See?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, the only one who can tell the story is the person who lived. There is no evidence of the bear from what we can see in the story.
Just claimed it was an African-American bear.
Which is very racist on its face, okay? It's very racist. Did they give a description of the bear? No. Why? Because the bear fit the description.
Just a black bear attacked me and my friend while we were walking along the way.
Unprovoked, just jumped out of nowhere. Had tea and Skittles in his hand. My point is, the dog is unharmed. Demetrius is unharmed. Christos is dead. And the only person who can tell the story, because the dog ain't talking, is Demetrius. And we're supposed to take his word for it. That sounds very personal. Why would a bear push someone?
Push! Not attack, not eat. Went up to my friend at the cliff and pushed him off the cliff.
The bear knows that, gravity, 2,600 feet. Yeah, I'll just push him over the edge. And wait, pushed him over the edge and then left?
Yeah. No, because Christos is saying that the dog giving him this moment of respite to get out the spray allowed him to climb up a tree.
Wait a minute. Don't bears know how to climb trees?
They do, Mo.
Well, so why would you climb a tree to get away from a bear, which allegedly is attacking you? The dog intervened, but the bear didn't harm the dog. The bear did not try and climb a tree to get you, which originally he was supposedly after. Instead, did not swipe, did not try to eat, just hip checked his friend into a ravine. That's the story he's going with. That's what we're supposed to believe.
I like how these two experienced hikers were also on a bit of a treasure hunt as they were reportedly hiking towards the remains of a Greek warplane that crashed in the area roughly 70 years ago.
This just sounds like a plot from a movie. like Brokeback Mountain.
Like Cocaine Bear?
Well, no, I'm just saying.
Not even Cocaine Bear.
I think these guys were more than friends. I'm being serious.
Oh.
I think that there was something that happened between them. There was an argument, and that was the story they came up with, why he pushed his friend into the ravine.
Yeah.
A bear, which no one saw, no one knows anything about, jumped out of nowhere, surprised them both. The dog intervened, saved everyone, and then one guy went up the tree, and the onry person who can tell the story is the guy who went up the tree, and the bear left him alone?
And the authorities come to this man and say, so can you tell us what happened? We were walking by, minding our own business, when a black bear came out and attacked us out of nowhere. I climbed up a tree. I know blacks can climb.
African-American bear.
African-American bears can climb. I know they can climb, but I climbed the tree. I'm an experienced hiker, so I knew which tree to climb. Are you saying that Christoph, my friend, who's also an experienced hiker, went to the edge of the cliff?
An experienced hiker knows not to stand next to the edge of a cliff.
You would think. You would think.
KFI AM 640 live everywhere in the iHeartRadio app.
KFI and KOST HD2, Los Angeles, Orange County. More stimulating talk.
And here we have a specimen from the early 2000s, a legacy investing platform. Please don't touch the exhibit, folks. It could crash.
Ready to step out of the financial history museum? At public.com, you can invest in almost everything. Stocks, bonds, options, and more. You could even put your cash to work at an industry-leading 4.1% APY. Leave your clunky, outdated platform behind. Go to public.com and fund your account in 5 minutes or less. Paid for by Public Investing Inc., member FINRA and SIPC. Full disclosures at public.com/disclosures.